This is the first overview of the pre-writing process you will be using with your writing process during the course of this year. Your keywords: writing process, pre-writing, and clarifying. Also brainstorming. The writing process. It's a 5-step method used to produce quality writing products. Has pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, and publishing. Those are the 5 steps of the writing process. Today we're focusing mostly on pre-writing. This is the step where you plan out your project. It also has several little mini tasks, more so than any other part in the process, because you have a lot of preparation to do before you're ready to start writing. The steps in pre-writing are clarifying, brainstorming, researching, outlining. Today we're focusing on clarifying and brainstorming. Clarifying is making sure you understand the assignment, and it goes through 3 parts. 1, you're going to state what the assignment is. You're going to summarize what it's asking you, and you're going to visualize how this works out. Clarifying: when you state things, you're going to take the project objectives and turn them into I can statements. So, you have the statement: students will write an essay explaining their career choice and the choices or paths they will take to achieve this goal. An I can statement you might choose to generate would be: I can write an essay that talks about the job I want to have and what I will have to do to get that job. Pretty simple. When you summarize, you're going to describe in your own words what each task is asking you to do. Very similar to state, but the repetition is a good thing to get going on here, as well as it's breaking it down a little more. So, specifically, write informative explanatory text to examine a topic and convey ideas, concepts, and information through selection, organization, and analysis of relevant content. So you would be going with I'm being asked to write an essay that tells about my job and how I will get it. It's very similar. Again, the repetition is what we are looking for. It makes sure we know that you are on track. Your final step is visualize. You're going to picture and describe what this task would look like when you have done it well. So you're imagining what an A paper, for example, would look like on the page. Okay. This is part of the same task, so you can see where we have the summarizing from before, and then we move into what it should look like. It says, when I am done, this should look like a paper that answers all the questions listed on their overview sheet in an order that makes sense, that's organized into an introduction, body, and conclusion, has indented paragraphs. My introduction should start with a hook, preview my main supporting points, and end with a thesis statement. My body paragraph should follow the order laid out by my introduction. My conclusion paragraph should summarize my main points and restate my thesis. I should include related and appropriate facts and quotes as supporting details. You would put these in different words, because these are the things that come out of my teacher brain when I say I'm looking for this on an A paper. You might talk about supporting details and a thesis statement. You might call a hook an attention getter. You might say that the introduction maps out your essay and that the conclusion wraps it up. Basically, in your own words, what does an assignment worthy of an A look like? Okay. The next part of the pre-writing process, after you've clarified, is brainstorming. This is just getting ideas on how to approach and complete the assignment. How you brainstorm is going to vary from project to project. It will activate your prior knowledge, and you will have a brainstorming sheet to complete with the project. Okay, as a FYI for your information, before you can move on to the next step of the writing process or project, you must have your current steps signed off by an instructor. So you get your clarifying sheet, you complete that, you conference with me. Then I say, yes, you're on the right track, and I'll sign it off. Then you get your brainstorming sheet, you brainstorm, you come back, you conference with me some more. I say, yep, you've got it, I signed it off. Or I might say, you're kind of there, but think about this. This is our way of making sure you're getting it right all the way along, as opposed to waiting till you get to the end and going, ooh, you need to go back and redo that. Nobody wants that kind of frustration. So you can't move on until you've gotten that signed off. You do need to sign off by the deadline, which is on your overview sheet. Okay? You get a progress sheet to sign things off on, and it has the deadlines on it so you can stay on track with your progress. And like I said, this is to make sure you're completing each step correctly and you're getting your project participation points. Don't skip getting things signed off, and don't try and skip steps. The writing process is the equivalent of showing your work in math. It's not because you are there to show me that you know the right answer. It's that you show me that you know how to get the right answer. And that's more important. So, don't skip steps. This is your sign-off sheet for this particular project. Deadlines. Place to sign off. Notice I will be dating it.